I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't read manga. I'm illiterate. Just kidding. I read some, but if someone asks me, do you read manga or watch anime? I would, without missing a beat, not even a second consideration, would proudly say that I watch anime. Reasons, blah blah blah. Here's the general reason why, but y'all know that's not why we're here. My friends have been bugging me to read Chainsaw Man like it's the second coming of Christ. I mean, who could blame them? It's good. Everyone knows it's good.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
I know what you are!
When there's that amount of hype, it's hard not to notice it altogether. Still, I endure the temptation, for I am a man of God. The Lord giveth me strength to fight the devil around me. They may try, but their effort will be met with naught. I am the immovable. Then the anime came out. I am so glad I put my urge to read down. By the gods, it's the most anime I've ever seen. Not ironically. This season alone, we get bangers that have so much effort put into them. Apart from Chainsaw Man, we get the second season of Spy X Family, Gundam, Mob Psycho, Do It, Bocchi, Bleach, Golden Kamui, My Hero, Irumakun, Fumetsu. Okay, I think you get the point. Anime community is eating good this season, me included. Everything was announced and I was as happy as I was the last few seasons. We've been getting good this year. So, I guess you can kinda say I was taking everything for granted. Still, I did not expect any anime to have this amount of production value. Or maybe this style of production is the better assumption. Except like 3 others that I have definitely not forget. This is like people from the film industry went to the wrong place, but decided to go about as usual. And I mean in a good way, not in a X-Arm kind of way. I legit thought it's going to be another, that's cool, anime that I enjoy still, but not out here making notes, drinking wine and say, touche on the coloring over here, sir. Before we continue, I think it's safe to assume some might get confused about what I am currently talking about. So, spoiler alert from here. For those of you who don't know, bless your soul, Chainsaw Man is a fall 2022 anime by Studio Mappa, adapted from an original manga by Fujimoto Tatsuki. It's aimed at the shonen demographic, but they're not afraid to go on full gore. People always like that. Media that is different from the status quo. Now, we can continue on with the anime talk. If you watch it, if you read it, there's no debate about the story. Or maybe you think it's bad? Hey, that's totally fine. Still, good, bad, let's just get it out of the way. No, I'm not talking about the story in this video.
Get this shit off me!
Stories aren't exclusive to the medium of anime. It's important, but it's not as fun as talking about the things that are exclusive to anime only, such as animation, etc. Notice how I don't spoil the whole video myself there? Give myself a pat on the back. Chainsaw Man animation is insane, even after the late episodes. It's so smooth, as in there are so many movements for mundane stuff. Stuff like waving hands, looking, that should not be the main focus. And you might argue, well, that's a bad allotment of budget, and that might be right. That could be right, until you realize that every bit of the animation, from low action to high octane stuff, is like this. Except the CGI, which somewhat bottlenecks the whole anime. Typically, right, in an anime, especially ordinary ones, the character's animation usually stop at a comfortable place to stop. So they just stood there with no other frames, yet still doesn't look as odd. most certainly to cut production value. Money is hard for animators. Contrary to that, Chainsaw Man animation is like if 2D animators went to 3D and have a field day of animating, so they just go bonkers on the useless details, but then we're told the animation 2D. Everything is buttery smooth as if they have an unlimited budget. It's kind of weird at times, but this does go hand in hand with the next stuff I want to talk about without spoiling, so you're just kind of being left hanging. Okay, here goes. You ever heard of cinematography? Basically, anything related to lighting, shot angles, scene composition, the stuff that makes a shot together. If you think, what's a cinema got anything to do with anime? Oh, well, you might be surprised. See, in the end, anime, TV shows, films are video form media. You can record a real-life person with stop motion, and vice versa. You can still implement lighting techniques to animation. Sky's the limit. But in the cases of anime where it's being mass-produced like the meat on your table, it's easier to just make something that is coherent. The artistic value of a shot doesn't matter that much. Oh, right. This isn't exclusive to anime. Some cheap-ass mass-produced films are also like this. But at times, we get stuff like Dune or, well, Chainsaw Man. You can argue that the lighting is meh or it's simply because of a filter, and you won't be wrong. But that doesn't mean that all of them combined are useless. Instead, they made a grainy brown look like an old media style. And there's still the talk of lighting since the filter isn't lighting itself. Like the shadow, highlight, which part is darker and which part is brighter. But that's not all. No.
No.
That's not why I made this video. Who fucking cares if your anime looks black and white or cherry pop, tartin, candy saga, my ass fucking hurt, please help me. This is the moment I realized Chainsaw Man is not your typical anime. This is the moment that I thought,
Wait a minute.
is there a low angle shot? You might think, what's that for? Why is it even there?
Correct!
I don't fucking know why they put such a weird angle shot for something that isn't a dominance assertion. Makima only asserts her dominance after that shot. There is no reason why they start the scene with a low angle shot of a character we don't even know, or even a scene that we don't even know the point of yet. And I fucking love it. Your mind kinda goes on its own, like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? Is there some hidden meaning involved? Again, not a lot of anime even play camera angles. That fact alone excites me. And this doesn't happen only once, mind you. Throughout the whole anime, it's so wild. Tracking, wide shot, a focus shift, the amount of detail is insane. I especially love a static continuous shot with only a single take. Instead of jump cuts, it's more smooth. I really hate jump cuts. But that's a topic for another time. One shot, one scene meta, let's fucking go. Now, you might wonder, why am I preaching about this? What's so special about this? If the common stuff can manage with that, why must this one be different? Why make things confusing for the audience when you can just simply tell them and be done with it? Well, this is actually a gamble on whether the audience will understand it or not. The stake is more information. When shot or a scene is built like this, the colors, the sound, lighting has more to them than just show this character do this. Simplest example is a low angle shot, typically to show dominance over others. But we aren't being told that from the get-go. There is no subtitle telling, hey, you should feel dominated right now. Same with colors, red is anger, yellow is anxious. We aren't being explicitly told about all this, but they're already in our head. The filmmakers use preconceived ideas that we already own. Same with sequel movies that don't introduce the characters again because we already know them. Feelings are complex, evoking them even more. There are many ways to make your audience feel things without explicitly telling them what happened. And by playing with a lot of these factors, you can kinda evoke a lot of feelings, inject a lot of emotions, inject a lot of information, while still being subtle so that it doesn't feel too in your face. Also, because there are a lot of factors that contribute to this, you can divide information so that in just one shot, you can tell a whole lot of it. Efficiency. Show, not tell, my friends. More so in video form media. There are a lot more factors, obviously, that make this anime so great, but these are the ones that I notice, that I especially love, that I want to share, all without playing down the things that aren't here. Because direction is by no way limited to only the visuals, like how the sound just cuts off in such a huge moment, accentuating the sound design. Also, I've been hearing a lot about the Spanish dub.
¡Secuestraron gatito!
How could you pick Kobeni instead of this?
Por eso. Como Devil Hunter no lo puedo dejar pasar.
Alright, before you go, happy holiday, have a great one.